this is really a symposium to marry sustainability and tourism.
It's quite clear there is something special going on in the Maldives. So that's why people want to see what you can achieve in this small nation state, this small island state, and how you could then collaborate with other countries to build something much more powerful in the Indian Ocean that sent out a much stronger signal to others that this is now the only way to build tourism businesses.
You know, the idea was to take advantage of a resort that's arguably the best resort in the world, winning tons of awards for sustainability, to actually bring people from around the world. This detached environment creates this fantastic relaxed atmosphere and people thinking about 2020, 2030, really thinking about long-term horizons.
There's really no effective waste management system in the Maldives presently, and so Soneva Fushi, we try to handle as much of our so-called waste and turn it into wealth at EcoCentre. Also at EcoCentro we have the largest solar field in the Maldives, and it was really like a testing ground to get a functioning model, a sustainable model for energy usage and also for waste management.
We're very fortunate to have this week with us people who are passionate about sustainability. We're honoured to have Sir Richard Branson here from the Virgin Group. We have Daryl, Edward Norton, the actor, who is a leading environmentalist, and of course we have President Nasheed from the Maldives. He declared that by 2020 the Maldives will be carbon neutral. So it's progressive people who are sort of blazing trails.
We also have another inexhaustible resource here, and that is human ingenuity. So all of you here have a big job to do this weekend.
More people in the world today have cell phones than they have access to a working toilet. 1 in 8 people on this planet still don't have access to safe drinking water.
We must look at the issues around protecting our natural resources, one of the biggest entrepreneurial opportunities of our lifetime.
I have airlines, I have train businesses, so I thought, maybe the way I can sort of sleep well at nights is to take the profits I make from those businesses and divert them into trying to come up with a clean energy fuel. I would expect us to be, maybe 60–70% carbon neutral by 2020, and I think if Virgin Atlantic can do it, I think all airlines should be able to do it.
My favourite presentation was the one that had least to do with climate change, and it was by Tim Smit of the Eden Project, and it's because he spoke about the need to engage people in stories.
The reason why the power of narrative is important is that we discovered at Eden that people do not want to be told that they're going to hell in a handcart. They actually want to know that people like them, smart people, are taking a bit of agency where a series of actions can lead to somewhere else that is a much better place. A symposium like this can make a difference if people are able to talk freely and use their experience, as opposed to it looking like a bunch of posturing with everybody trying to show how clever they are. I think what's really important is to slap everybody around the face with a wet fish occasion and say, let's actually talk about a few steps that can lead us in a good way.
We have a window of opportunity of about 7 years, and if leaders are unable to sort it out, they should stop calling themselves leaders and get out of it.
I don't think your comments were just positive. I think they were completely inspirational and amazing. I'm pretty sure you're going to have a long tenure as the president here, but you're a young man, and when you're finished, would you consider coming and being president of the United States?
In my mind, if we are to achieve what we are trying to do, this is exactly the type of discussions that we need.
We have a lot of very astute players in the industry, and people are smart enough to know that the tourism product is designed around the environmental sustainability theme.
I've been privileged enough to now be on my second Slow Life Symposium here at Six Senses, and I've seen a change just in that 1 year. Last year there were no sharks out here. Just this morning I saw a 6-foot blacktip with a bunch of little babies around it. And that's a change in itself, thanks to all the positive and proactive movements that are happening with shark preservation.
When we fix a problem with our energy consumption and our dependence on fossil fuels, we will also fix some of the problems that the ocean is facing, you know.
So I've created a charity called the Ecological Sequestration Trust. We're in discussion with a number of islands about how we might help them to achieve a much more sustainable and resilient future.
We could make this model available to the Maldives as a demonstration region for all the world's island states.
So I really welcome your offer.
So I just want to say thank you very, very much. It's been great and lovely meeting everybody, and I think a lot of really good ideas have come out of this.
The SLOW LIFE Symposium this time really made a huge impact. There were fantastic ideas that hopefully we'll see realized next year at the next SLOW LIFE Symposium.
I noticed lots of little discussions going on amongst groups of people, and bonds and friendships created, and calls to action.
The challenge is actually a global challenge.
It's up to us to get the message out to a much wider audience.
Now we've got to turn it into a specific initiative.
I think we can. I think we can.
Martin Luther King did not say, "I have a nightmare." He said, "I have a dream."